he has been in the upper tier of the field all season long. He is a fighter.
Yes, he is. Definitely is. And Brian Narducci's long overdue for another victory. He drove at Waterford and made his debut last Saturday night.
Yeah, in the 01 SK Light car, a car that was formerly driven by Todd Owen. So we are ready to turn him loose, and it should be a pretty dazzling start between Tyler Trott and Alexandra Fern.
Let's see what's going to happen. The battle of the sexes in the front row. And there is the green. And Alexandra has a problem.
Almost airborne, Cliff Saunders.
But somehow they all keep going in forward motion. And believe it or not, we are under green, and it looks like the car that suffered the worst is Provost.
And moving into second, Brian Narducci getting underneath Clements, and he is going after our leader, who is Tyler Trott. And all four tires of that Cliff Saunders car left the ground. He needed an air traffic controller on that machine, but he is running pretty well in the middle of the pack.
Keep your eyes on Brian Narducci. Now we've got to spin to the bottom of turn number 2, and it looks like it's Gary Patnode with the number 22 car.
And Narducci moves into the lead, and now the yellow comes out, so the question is, will that lap count?
The car number 22 that spun to the bottom of the racetrack, that's Gary Patnode. He started back in the 11th position.
Stuff had happened on the outside when Alexandra Fern looked like she didn't get up to speed, and everybody got bottled up behind her, and Cliff Saunders had nowhere to go except into the air.
Well, the lights are off on the safety vehicle at the point. It'll dive to the center of the infield. Car number 11, Tyler Trott. On the inside, Brian Narducci. On the outside. Everybody up on the wheel, ready to go. Back to speed. And speed is where it's at. And Tyler Trott has a slight advantage, but Narducci has a little more giddy up as he gets on the gas first.
Yeah, Trott a little stutter step in turn number 1, and that gave Narducci the advantage he needed. Moving into third, Alexandra Fern, but she is getting a visit on both sides. To the outside is Clement, to the inside is Jeremy Lavoie, and Alexandra is holding both of them off.
Certainly is, and she's doing a fine job of that. Now she's going to make a bid down to lead Tyler Trott for second. Alexandra Fern makes some noise to the inside. Tyler Trott guarding the position. Alexandra Fern by nose off turn number 4 is up to second. Who's the tail that wags the dog there? It is Lavoie with car number 6.
And Lavoie is able to get underneath Trott, so Jeremy is now in the top 3. And that is a good place to be when you are trying to clinch a championship.
Car number 4 down at pit road. The smoke intensifies as the 4 of Cliff Saunders is out of the event.
Now keep an eye on Albert Saunders in the 0-4, but the yellow will come out.
Off turn number 4, 2 cars. 59 of Clements and the 92.
And Dwayne Provost isn't a point racer. He is a fun racer. He races for the fun of it and never puts any pressure on himself. So it's kind of a routine thing to run through the dandelions, get back on the track, take the benefit of another caution, and right now he is a contender in third as we get ready for this double file restart.
There is the green. And Brian Narducci again has the upper line, but here comes the number 88 machine as Dwayne Provost. Now in striking distance at second, and we haven't even talked about Robert Bloxham at third. He moves underneath Lavoie.
He avoided mayhem on that last encounter and now is on the verge of getting underneath Jeremy Lavoie as he is able to cha-cha his way into third. The hole is also open up for the 0-4 of Albert Saunders. So Jeremy Lavoie has gone from third to fifth.
It appears that Lavoie's car might have some type of a problem, as he is now trying to fight back, but he is not as strong as he was. Brian Narducci's fastest lap of the race, 21.807. His last lap was 21.920, and Provost was 21.973.
Third in jeopardy for Bloxham. Here comes Albert Saunders. and he stampedes his way underneath that 33 car. They are dead even as Bloxham is all over Saunders like a wristwatch, but it is Saunders in third, and he will take Lavoie with him. Lavoie is much stronger on the inside move than he is on the outside.
It appears that Lavoie gets a second wind, and he's now moved back into the fourth spot, forcing Bloxham back into position number 5. Back up front, leader still remains Brian Narducci, but Dwayne Provost is moving in. A look at timing and scoring. Provost is the quicker of the two cars contending for the leads.
But they are running just about equal laps. The edge to Provost, and he continues to narrow the gap, separating himself and Narducci. Albert Saunders in third. Remember last week he had quite a finishing kick as he was able to get the lead late in the race away from Brian Narducci. So Narducci came close a week ago, but right now he is leading by a utility pole over Dwayne Provost.
And here's the story on that one. Albert Saunders just clicked off the quickest lap of the race, 21:794. Saunders is the fastest car on the racetrack. 13 laps of 20 now complete. Leader is still Narducci. Provost is still in second, but Saunders is coming to the front.
And the only yellow that Narducci wants to see is on the Napa sign. He doesn't want to see it on the starter stand because Provost is quick and Saunders is just as quick. Lavoie is still hanging tough in fourth and Bloxham running on our top 5, but the lead continues to shrink for Brian Narducci.
As they come off the turn now, Saunders puts that American sleeve-bearing car to the inside. Provost on the outside, wheel to wheel in a battle for second. Saunders comes off the turn a little stronger. Saunders is up to second. Big story now is there's less than 5 circuits remaining. Will Saunders be able to close the gap on Narducci?
Saunders was able to do it a week ago. We'll see if he can strike tonight. But it's a hefty lead for the 28 in Narducci. Things are still tight for second and third between the 04 of Saunders and the 88 of Dwayne Provost. And here is Narducci. Is he saving something in that car in case he needs it for a double file restart? Or is he going as quick as he can?
It appears that he is very consistent in his times, but Saunders is closing the gap. 9:68 for Narducci last circuit, 8:89 for Saunders. Popsicle sticks are up. 1 mile left in the competition here.
But it is still an ordeal for Brian Narducci, who won on Spring Scissor weekend, but hasn't tasted victory since. It is Saunders pursuing him in second, but there is still a lot of bounce to the step of Brian Narducci. He is firecrackering his way into turn number 4. Narducci is going to be tough to catch with 1 lap to go.
Final circuit, Narducci out in front. He's been the driving force the entire event. Narducci's first victory came during the running of Sizzler weekend. And now he's back on top of his game. Final time into turn number 3. Brian Narducci off turn number 4. Checkered flag is out, and Brian Narducci will take down the win.
And in second is Albert Saunders, Dwayne Provost in third, and Jeremy Lavoie will hang on to the point lead for at least 1 more week as he finishes in fourth.
Of course, who helps out with all of those guys who had a good run tonight in his own right, and the Carts out there to congratulate as well.
And it will be Brian taking his time to get out of the car. He's got to enjoy this one. And David Arute goes over to congratulate Brian Narducci. So he has some pretty classy friends. Puts on the call before you dig cap. And I think he is dressed for the occasion. And now he can join John Gates momentarily. Oh, he forgot to take off his Hans device. I think he might be a little excited.
And rightfully so. There he is, getting out of the race car. Napa flag in hand to commemorate tonight's victory. As we'll go down to John Gates and a very ecstatic Brian Narducci.
Okay, he gets a shower of water from Todd Owen. And Brian, man, the 28 car was on rails tonight. Nobody had anything for you. Congratulations, big win.
Yeah, thank you. The car was just perfect tonight. I missed that little bit of someone missed a shift and they bottled up and I missed that and took the lead and then the caution came out, but there was nobody touching this car. I don't care who it was, this thing was on rails.
Brian, man, I'll tell you, the car always looks good. I know you got a lot of sponsors, a lot of people you want to thank.
Yeah, I got to thank my mom, Todd Owen, David Root, Big House USA, Curly's Kids Care, Florida Connection, my Aunt and Uncle Greg, Priest's Auto, Chris Sauer, EB Exterminating, Baldwin Automotive, Rad Auto Machine, Cliff Nelson, Mike Vingruskus, Waddell Communications, Bruce Bacha, Cooker Construction, just everybody that helps out on the car, everybody standing right there, just everybody that contributes. Call before you dig, that was pretty cool to get that honor tonight and win that. Pretty cool to bounce back and win the next week.
All right, he had a win in the Spring Sizzler, and once again here in the limited late model main event, Brian Narduzzi. One more.
I'd like to thank Butch Shea. He's helped out, and this thing's on rails.
There he is, limited late model winner Brian Narduzzi. Let's talk to our second place finisher, Albert Saunders. Al, good run tonight. Got to be pretty happy with the second place.
Yeah, starting 10th and finishing second is a great night. I think I had the car to win tonight also. I used it up a little bit in the beginning to make up those spots, and had to try to run down Brian. He had a pretty big lead, but car was awesome thanks to Barry Fluckiger. He did a lot of work on the car this week and made a lot of changes after practice. The car was really good. So got to thank American Sleeve Bearing, Fluckiger Race Chassis, Rob Davis, B.A. Musio, Rad Auto Machine, Strap Family Chiropractors, Johnson Memorial Hospital. Got to thank the team, thank my mom, thank everybody who helps me out.
Thank you, Albert. Good run. And look for him in victory lane real soon with that 04 car. Third place is the champ, Dwayne Provost. Dwayne, race started out kind of crazy there for you, but congratulations on a podium run.
Thanks. Yeah, I had to brush off the grass off me here. It was a nice little run, but a couple accidents. I was able to avoid them, and good thing is going to be going on vacation tomorrow, so I can rest assured on vacation not have to work on my car too much, so there's no contact, so it was a good night. Want to thank Call Before You Did for sponsoring tonight. I missed it by 1 week. If it rained last week, I think I would have got it, but I wasn't able to, so great run by Brian. I mean, I was following him, and I knew that there was no way, even if my tires weren't giving out, I was going to be able to catch him, so great congratulations to him, and of course Al for second place. And I'd like to thank my sponsors, Team Link in Ludlow, Michael Ficini Law Firm in Springfield, and JollyJoeK.com for Polka Pop Hits for my good friend Joe.
That is the defending champion. He drives the number 88. Good run in the limited late models back to the tower.
Well, congratulations goes out to our top three finishers. Coming up next is the late models. Contingency partners.